welcome to Damage Does D&D in our long-term campaign, Helloran Rising, episode 45. So, I am your DM, and these are all the lovely players. Say hello, lovely players.
Hello, lovely players.
Thank you.
Hello, lovely players.
So,
Hello, my lovelies.
the last time we were here, you had been partying in the Midwood. You wake the next day. You use this day to complete various tasks, assisting the Wandering Gusts in their preparations for the coming evening's festivities. Yorick mending and fixing things around the camps. Others roam to the edge of the Midwoods. Some make beer, and others just generally preparing for the next day's leaving. The evening brings the abandon that only a Wandering Gusts gathering does. Sorry, English, can I? Yes, probably.
Wandering gas.
And indeed, Yorick and Gus spend the night in the woods with some furry companions. The next day brings departure. A tearful goodbye is said to Minahill and Darcy, who promise to look after Gus's beer, as if it were their own. And Minahill and Miet swear to meet up at the next gathering, no matter what. You leave the gathering behind, heading southwest, and you come across clearings that have clearly been not used for many years in some cases. One such clearing, however, does show signs of use, and as you are investigating, a familiar figure joins you. Balo is here, and clearly intrigued by what you're doing. Miet is put out when he suggests that they are really alike, and she tries very hard not to engage, although her anger at the deal that was struck for the protection of the Midwoods is clearly showing. He chats with Celeste and Snow, making a list of the names that Snow mentions who could benefit from some fun in their lives. Who knows if anything will come from that. Snow juggles some knives, which also has Balo interested, and deflects somewhat from the possibilities of a deal being struck. Miet strides off away from him, and the rest of you follow, reaching the edge of the woods, where you can see maybe 20-30 foot expanse of meadow, and before a reed bed leads into the river itself. Snow, moving out carefully, goes first, hiding in the reeds, covering your exit. The rest of you follow, with Florian last, literally jumping from the woods in a huge arc that has him splash down in the water with a great deal of noise, obviously. Getting the rest of you slightly wet as the spray comes back up. So, that's exactly where we pick up as Florian hits the water splashing over the rest of you. What would you like to do?
I will throw a clod of dirt at him from the riverbank and ask him, was that really necessary?
So as you surface, Florian, you get this sort of... Give me a unarmed attack.
While she's doing this, Snow will move down to the water and just sort of place paws into the water and sort of crouch in the shallows.
Okay.
12.
Okay, so it doesn't hit you, but, clearly
The intention was there.
Unimpressed with your feats of acrobatics.
It was more to do with a point of not leaving a direct scent from the edge of the forest.
I mean, it seems a little excessive, but...
Well,
I don't know, I could go with the bath as well.
Do you really think water would be enough to mask the scent?
well, we're gonna try everything, but if something can pick my scent up from the ground, and literally the last place it stops is the edge of the forest, then if it doesn't begin anywhere, then it's got nowhere to go.
Very well.
So I suppose the next point of order is how are we going to get to where we're going from here?
Where are we going?
Hmm.
We was planning to head down to the cities on the coast, see if we can't find some more information there.
Sorry, Terry. Right.
Yeah, wasn't there one particular city we weren't going to go to though?
Drummond.
Dar, Redford, all of those.
But yeah, libraries, information, anything about anything that's going on.
Yeah. See if we can't learn some more information on names we've been given. Well, that legend we was told was quite dramatic, to say the least. See if we can't find out a little bit more about it.
So, as you're sort of floating, bobbing there in the river, in the shallows there, Florian, you feel a pull on your legs. Not animal or humanoid, but just the current starts to swirl around your legs and sharply pulls you downstream. Make a strength saving throw, please.
Ooh. Okay. Oh god, what dice for a strength saving throw? That one. Come on.
D20, hopefully.
Ooh. Natural 19. 22.
22. Okay, so you feel the current pulls you under, but you swim back up to the top, gasping for air because it was a bit of a shock. So you've got a lung full of water, and you can see you've been pulled about 30 feet downriver, and the current is strong. Do you want to try swim to the bank? What do you want to do?
Snow, are you doing that?
Snow is
Florian, are you alright?
Snow is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, I will attempt. How deep is the river now? Well, I'm assuming that it was
You
kind of like.
can't touch the bottom from where you are now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll basically do it as if it was a riptide then, and try and swim to the side of the bank where
Okay.
my friends are.
Make me another strength saving throw.
Florian, do you need some assistance?
No, don't
I'm-
help him. He needs to learn to do this himself.
Probably going to need some assistance. 10.
10. Yeah, this current is very strong. And you are it's pushing you down river. And all of a sudden it changes direction and flows you back into the bank. And you are ejected from the water onto the side of the bank.
I'll hurry over to Florian, you alright?
Really strong current. Just took the feet from underneath me and dragged me down.
But it brought you back.
Well, yeah, so. Was it snow?
I don't know. I don't see him anywhere.
Hey, mate, it's water.
Can I see snow?
Nope. I mean, you could do a perception check, see if you can find him. If you're going to actively look for him.
I am going to actively look for him.
Okay, actively look then.
21.
21? Nope. You don't see him anywhere.
Well, I can't see him, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's not here.
Well, maybe the riptide got him as well.
Could have
I think
done.
if anyone has control of the water, it would be Snow.
You never know. He might have been knocked unconscious and bashed his head on a rock and been dragged away by a nasty water spirit.
Hope not.
Can I see if I can call to the Runa of Fane from where I am?
Sure, you're going to reach out with your mind and try and pull the Runa of Fane into being where you are, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, so he's going to sort of
make
reach
me-
into the water and sort of, again, using the flow of the waters of the world, he's going to try and pull it towards him.
Okay, make me a religion check, please.
Okay. 18.
18. You reach out with your mind and try and pull the waters together to make the Runner Fane be here. And you can hear in your mind the presence. You feel it rather than hear it. You feel the presence of Paladas. And it's oddly disjointed, as if he's paying attention to something else, but he knows you're there.
Yeah.
But that's all you get. I mean, the Rune of Fame doesn't magically appear, but you have a feeling it's on its way.
Okay.
Did any of what was happening feel as if it was of evil intent or as of trickery intent? As in, we've
felt
just
like
met
a
Bale.
water current. I mean, you can try
Insight
inciting
check
the
for water.
river.
I don't want to insert it, but I just was there like anything where it was like it was actually it came out of nowhere?
I
So
mean,
was it like an
it
absolute
felt
like
deliberate.
Yeah.
It felt deliberate to you. It didn't feel because you were just in the water, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden it away when there wasn't that bit hard a current where you were.
Yeah.
And then to suddenly switch directions and push you up onto the land, that felt deliberate.
Okay.
Do you feel less smelly now?
I mean, I certainly feel fresh this morning, but whatever that was, it was definitely deliberate.
Snow will emerge. The Rune Fane is on its way.
You all right, Snow? You bash your head or something?
No.
Oh, that's all right then.
I don't suppose you had a word with your deity, did you, Snow, and shoved me 30 or so foot down the river?
I mean, I was calling to my boat, but why?
Well, I was in the river and
Okay.
quite calm, and then it just took me.
Okay, you can make a deception or persuasion check, Snow. Don't have to tell me which is which. Against the insight of Florian.
Yeah, I
Really?
kind of want to insight this as well, if I may.
Sure, why not?
I don't care.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
20.
20. Florian?
Oh, I rolled a natural 15 plus 6, so 21.
I got 18, so
18. Yeah, so Celeste, you're like, it's obviously, Snow wouldn't do something like that. Florian, you suspect Snow actually did do something like that. And it was in fact some kind of prank that he was pulling.
Okay. I no smirk, no grimace. I just okay, that's fine, that's fair,
Okay.
and just carry on.
So, you are at the bank of the river. Some of you are very wet indeed, others are not so much. Is there anything you'd like to achieve or do?
I'm resolutely not looking back towards the woods.
Okay.
Uh,
Are you
how
not
long
looking
bef-
back in a way of just sneakily looking back every now and again, or just genuinely not looking back?
Have you ever seen the way, you can tell a cat is pissed off at you because they're sitting with their back to you?
Yes.
That kind of way.
Gotcha. Okay.
Do we know how long it will take your boat to get here?
Did I get a sense of how?
Not really, no. It was odd. You've never encountered Peladas not giving his full attention to you before.
Yeah.
He has not
I think-
noticed. How dare he?
You need to investigate these waters. I think they might be a bit funny. I'm going to push Gus in.
Okay. You can have
Sploosh.
a strength. Make a strength check. You can have advantage on it because it's a surprise. Gus, you can resist.
I wouldn't resist
Okay.
because
Alright.
I wouldn't know it
Give
was
me a
coming.
strength check then. DC's fairly low.
I've got to get the my sheet up.
Oops.
Get strength check. Rolling. 21.
21. Nice, yeah. You just sort of casually say, "Oh, no, waters need investigating." Poof. Gus, you go straight down, face down into the water.
You bastard! I'll get you for that.
Are you being tugged anywhere or anything?
I'll tug you in a minute.
Hey, mate. Leave that for the woods.
Knew that was coming.
I didn't know that you liked both, Gus.
What?
Interesting. Next time we go to a gathering, I will make sure that we accommodate your needs.
For what?
Leave it with me.
Oh, right, okay.
Is the water clean?
I mean, it's pretty
Relatively.
clear. Yeah, it's a fairly
just had the water in it.
fast-moving river. It's
Well, that's my yearly path. But anyway,
Well, if we're going to be waiting here a while, and I'm assuming we're waiting for this boat, I'm going to go for a swim.
I was just gonna say, if we're gonna be waiting, maybe we can get further away from the forest or the woods, so we're not right near the camp.
I mean, we can carry on down river. I can always try and call it again. Maybe tonight
Be a
or
plan.
tomorrow.
Does it come to you, or does it come to where you called it?
It comes to me.
Well, you might as well start walking then.
At least in my experience, anyway.
okay. So Celeste, you dived into the river. Yes.
I'd probably pull off most of my outer clothing and just be
Okay.
in me.
Are we moving, or are we having a little party in the water?
Celeste has gone for a swim. So up to you.
Well, if Celeste wants to swim, I can pick a gear up and carry it along the way, so she can swim where we're
Yeah.
going.
I mean, technically that's my spare coat, but
I didn't get it wet.
I appreciate that, darling.
Okay. So you're wandering off downstream, following the reed bed down that way.
Yep.
Miette, are you casting a glance across at the woods before you go, or are you just resolutely not looking that way at all?
Yeah, I'm totally looking back.
You're
Because
totally looking back. Make a perception check for me.
perception of those things I'm really good at.
Good. Then you'll see what I want you to see.
Yeah, no, 11.
11. I mean, the
And I
woods.
don't even have an inspiration point to use.
The woods look inviting. They look calm and attractive, but
And absolutely no one there.
absolutely nobody there.
I make a rude gesture
Okay.
because I know better.
Yeah, you make a rude gesture at the woods. Everybody sees Celeste making a rude gesture back at the woods where you came
Miette.
from.
Celeste.
Celeste?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
yes, I do
Celeste.
apologise. Sorry. Brain not working properly, obviously. So, as you walking on down the riverbank...
Just before we go on to that, sorry.
Sure.
Clarification. My memory from the map, there was an entrance to the woods from the west and the south from the river, wasn't there? Which one did we come out at?
South.
You've come out at the south.
At the south one.
Where,
Okay,
where
cool.
the river comes down from... Actually, let's just do... I'll share that again. Where has it gone?
Because we'd made a decision to go to Silot.
And not back to Redport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not back to Redport.
You've come out around here at the south end of the woods.
Yeah,
So currently you are just following this little river down south at the moment. You can go along the edge of the woods away from the river if you want, or you can just follow this one down towards Dornham. Up to you.
I'd figured out that there were libraries in Dornham and Silot.
There is, of course, a bigger library in Drummond.
Yeah.
But
Which we can access by river.
you can, yeah.
Well, they'll either go to Dornham or Silot and go from there.
I'm still swimming along while everybody's
Okay.
still walking.
What's your
And
swim
at-
speed?
Probably half of my.
Yeah. So you're sort of kind of getting left behind unless the rest of you are deliberately walking at half pace so she can keep up.
Can I try and pull the current to speed her up slightly and keep her level with us? If I walk in the shallows?
Sure. Make another religion check for me.
He drowns.
Oh no, I don't think it's 11.
11. No. It's not happening. Celeste, you sort of feel this sort of wave come over your back as you're swimming, but it doesn't really help. It's just a sort of tiny little ripple.
Hey, Celeste, come over here.
Okay.
Put this on. And I give her my ring of swimming.
No.
Does it need attunement?
Nope.
Nope.
You've got 40 foot of swimming movement now.
Okay, so
Beautiful.
you suddenly, all of you see sort of Celeste sort of start powering ahead of you. It's like, okay, that's a bit
That's
weird.
impressive.
As Yorick leans over the edge of the river to give the ring to Celeste, I'm going to kick him up the arse and try and push him in the water.
Okay, strength check with advantage. Get over 16 and he goes.
Oh no! Strength check 14.
14, yeah. Yorick, you feel Gus's boot on your rump trying to push you into the water, but you manage to sort of steady yourself as you give in the ring to Celeste. So you just sort of get a couple of steps further into the water, but you don't go down.
Well, I'll just turn around.
Nonsense. Sorry.
Just give a big smile because that's just funny. Good try, mate. Just a little bit.
Bastard! I don't know. Your legs are too short.
Yeah. It's too big. Wait.
But yeah, seeing all this water nonsense going on, I'm going to start walking a little bit further away from the bank so I don't get pushed in next.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm also gonna heed that.
Okay.
Just a thought as well. I've been thinking, I know Trellador, you don't like me doing that, but I'm assuming that we're not all gonna walk into these cities together. Miet has pointed out several times that as far as the rest of the world knows, we're dead.
I mean, correct, but equally we are a lot safer together.
I know, that's why it's a
Exactly.
bit of a...
And
Maybe disguises or as much as we can before we go in.
I mean, sure, why not?
Has anyone been to these cities before?
I have.
Where are we going? Psylocke?
Maybe once when I was younger, but I wouldn't remember it.
Well, thanks to our adventures in Redport, I can now say I've been to every city.
Yet, perhaps tonight we can do as we discussed, and I can inherit some stripes after we have reached. Well, perhaps not tonight, but once we
Absolutely.
have ventured into Salot, needs be, I can inherit some stripes.
How do you inherit stripes?
Magic.
Oh, can I have some in my hair?
Certainly.
My beard would look wonderful stripes in.
Yeah, I think that would look amazing on you, Gus.
Yeah. Snow's going to sign in Thieves' Cant. Perhaps he'd like the bleached look and wink.
Can I dive down in the river and
Sure.
try and reach the bottom to see if there's anything interesting in there?
Sure, so you dive down. It's fairly silty right at the bottom, so as you dive down, you can certainly make a perception check to have a look to see. If you're going to start searching with your hands, then it will cloud up the water.
I'm just going to look with my eyes for the moment.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Urbanized the water weird that caught Celeste.
15.
15. No, there's you can see sort of shoals of very small silvery fish, really tiny fish. There's rocks, there's the roots of plants, stones.
Can I attempt to catch a fish with my hands?
Sure, make a dexterity check. At disadvantage because
No.
you're underwater.
Mysterious temples waiting to be raised to the surface.
It's exactly what's going to happen.
9.
9. No, you sort of went to go to grab them once, and the whole shell just goes, just disappears out of your range.
Sturgeon, catch the sturgeon.
Okay, I'll come back up again and just periodically dive down and keep looking.
Okay. Fair enough. So, as you keep walking along, you can see up ahead the river is getting wider, and Snow, you would recognise that this is probably going to split at some point. It's the way the river is flowing. It appears that as it's getting wider and faster, you think there's going to be a split coming up of some kind, or a lake, or some water feature that you're used to. Let's have a quick. Okay. Florian.
Mm-hmm.
As you're walking, and your clothes are drying off it's not hot, but it's a warm morning, so your clothes are starting to dry out, and some of it sort of sticks to your chest a little bit, the bandages, although they will wear. You look down and you notice that blood is pouring down out of where the bandages were all wet, and it's getting a little sore.
Celeste,
Hmm?
do you mind jumping out and help me give a look at my chest again? It started bleeding quite heavily.
Oh, yes, of course. I know.
You alright, Dan?
Swim to the bank.
On the walk, I won't stop because I know we're moving and we're trying to keep this as a not a pacey thing, but a constant. I'll take my like, it's not a coat, but like the sleeveless jacket, waistcoat essentially, and then my shirt as well. I said, "Do you mind holding these, Melissa, please?"
Out of tough, Dan.
I know it's going to hurt, so I'm going to basically just kind of like grit my teeth, and I'll start unpeeling the bandages before Celeste gets out.
As you do so, and as the last sort of wrap comes off, it's that pulling noise. Because even though the water had sort of moved it around a little, it's still that.
Yeah, that little.
It was kind of healing after you'd been in the midwood and had been healed. But now it seems to have just opened. Everything is back opened up again, and it's sort of starting to throb in that way that you felt before.
What, in the room, the last temple room?
Yeah, it's starting to get that sort of feeling in your chest.
In answer to your question, Melissa, no, I don't think it's alright. My chest is starting to throb ever so lightly, like the temple we were in.
Well, it's not as bad as that, but you can feel that kind of feeling.
Here,
maybe you should
lean
sit
on me
down.
if you need to.
When we said we were being tracked and we believed it was an item, do you not think it is that we are being tracked by?
I mean, potentially, I think it was brought up, but we just don't know, do we?
It just would have been easier to discard an item from our packs than carve that symbol from Florian's chest.
We've got to remember that horse thing, whatever it was, that nasty monster, followed the horse when we put Florin's scent on it and his blood. So I think it's his blood that is following.
Possibly. I mean, that creature was likely operating off of base
Maybe
instinct.
we should just drain you of blood.
But then what would
you seem to be doing that yourself anyway.
That's the funny thing, though, Trillador. That's the one thing that, if anything does go awry, and if nothing goes to plan when we ever get one, as long as I am drained of blood, hopefully nothing will happen.
That is not an option. We're gonna get out of this. Are you still alive?
Let me just take 5 and just get Celeste to have a look at these and wrap them back up.
Do I get the sense, DM, that if I tried to maybe cauterize the wounds, would that work? Or do I think that it's too magically...
I mean, everything you've tried so far has actively failed to cure this. You've managed to wrap it with bandages and basic first aid. I mean,
because I know I've used
you're-
frost magic before to slow the bleeding to be able
Yeah.
to wrap it.
are you proficient in first aid?
I have proficient in medicine, yeah.
Medicine, sorry, not first aid.
I am as well, so anything what she would be doing, I'd be helping her.
I am as well, so I could always help.
Sure.
Me too.
Excellent. I'm Brian, and so's my wife. Yes.
Yes, but Gus, do you have the wisdom to back it up?
I am, but I don't want to help.
Okay. Good.
Sorry, what's wisdom?
I'm not, and I don't really care.
Roll me an intelligence check, Celeste.
Okay.
I've got an idea.
19.
19. I mean, cauterizing wounds is extreme and normally results in heavy scarring. You've done so much to these wounds and looked at them so long. You don't think cauterizing will stop the bleeding. You think this is the after effects of a magical effect. This is not a natural wound that can be healed in any natural way. Obviously, we've tried healing magics, and that hasn't worked either. The only thing you've managed to do is sort of staunch the bleeding with bandages. It's the only thing that's worked, apart from that one tabaxi who gave her all to heal him. But the effects of that appear to be wearing off.
Right, hear me out.
Can I try something like that?
Cauterizing it?
No, to put a bit more into my healing.
Oh, God.
Give me what is it you're trying to do? Sorry. You'll have to explain it to me.
Maybe try and transfer some of my energy into him to help with the
How are
wound.
you going to do this? I need you. Sorry,
Surgery.
I'm all for it, but I need you to explain to me what it is you're going to transfer and how you're going to transfer that. If you're talking about your life force, then how are you going to move that from you to him?
I don't think I've ever been happy to hear what Gus has to say.
There's always a first for these things, you know.
Always a plan B. Celeste's going to do surgery. That's what we'll do.
Well, while she's thinking, I've got an idea. Now, hear me out. This is logic, right? This is logic. Now, I remember when that strange, weird lady said that she wanted him, and she just wanted his blood and stuff, right? So she said, if there's any drop of blood from him, so what we need to do is him not have blood inside him, and to do that, we'd kill him. But if we took him to that bloke, the bloke we met when we were running away from the mist, he could make him alive again, but he'd be dead. So it'd still be him, but he'd have no blood in him.
I mean, I
I'm not
already
a-
offered this solution by,
I
killing
mean,
him and leaving him in the forest where he couldn't be found.
I'm not
Can
against
I-
it.
Can I offer an
Plan
amendment?
is not an option.
No.
James, take a point of inspiration. That's pure fucking genius. I love that.
Okay.
You're talking about taking him to Leviticus and getting him to make him undead. Yeah, that's amazing.
Well,
That's a genius idea. I mean, you can certainly try.
I mean,
Right. I don't think people are going to be happy with that idea. But what if, and I don't know, if doing the first bit and we kill him and then we stop there? No, I mean, no, we bring him back, not as undead, but just take him from the clutches of death. You know what I mean? I can do it. I've never done the spell, but I reckon I can do it.
He would recover the blood.
Yeah.
Would that maybe him being dead for like 30 seconds would break the spell or break the connection or
You
something.
need his whole body to do that, or just
I
a bit?
wouldn't. We're not entertaining the thought of killing Florian for this.
Look, I'm just saying, I'm fairly confident that if he died, I could bring him back if I got there within the first minute or so.
I don't particularly want to entertain the thought of Gus's idea because
I'm just hoping Natalie looks at her druid spells for resurrection or whatever it is. When you only need a little bit of a person, they'll come back as a female dwarf or something. That would just be so good.
And I don't think yours is actually. I mean, it's fucking crazy, Yarrick, but it's not a bad thing. But then my only thing would be that if the spell connection was broken, then Dakota would be no use to this evil being. So
Yeah,
to save
just
her
kill
would
her.
be.
That's up to you. I'm just saying that if we did it, the worst that would happen is we lose a very expensive diamond.
How long would it take you to perform that spell if it needed to be done?
I
Not long at all. Let me just rack my brain a second.
Chaz, I've sent you a message.
Thanks. Okay.
It's literally like 6 seconds, mate.
So potentially, if we got to know where Dakota was, and we, for whatever reason, some plan went our way, and none of them have done so far, but we got to Dakota and could potentially save her. If I were to die in your arms, you could bring me back, and hopefully the spell might be broken.
There's no guarantee that would work.
No, there isn't, but it's a last resort. Other than me.
In fact, I would be more than convinced that it wouldn't work at all,
Also,
and would be an incredibly risky option to move for.
Right.
I
I'm going
don't
to put
think there's any risk, but it's not. Sorry, Snow. Go on.
If we find out where Dakota is, we are not going anywhere near that place while he is still with us. If he goes anywhere near his sister, the world ends. End of story.
No,
But if we find out where she is, he is not going.
No, definitely
We
not.
know where she is.
But it was foretold though that if we can save Dakota and stay away from this evil person, she who must not be named, should I say, if me and Dakota were together, we had a better chance of stopping this.
I can't figure out how I'm going to do it other than just trying to call on the power of nature to.
Yeah, you wouldn't have reincarnate yet.
No, without you, it's difficult. I want you to come up with this cool and interesting thing, but just going call on the power of nature. I mean, it's a bit sort of vague. So.
And then the other thing could be if I maybe use my blood to try and infuse his blood.
Any kind of ideas like that? You're talking about a blood transfusion now, yeah?
Not quite a blood transfusion, but using the power of my blood to try and.
Okay.
Or we could use the healing magic and then sort of the blood as a sort of
catalyst.
Well, what if all of us that can heal stuff all join hands and do it all the same time and just think really, really hard?
While they're rabbiting on, I'm just going to drop back from the group.
Okay. So, everybody apart from Trellador and Yorick, I am about to mute you.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh no, but
Oh no.
Someone it's novel to be muted.
Big dog.
Trellador with the power play.
I'm scared. The red symbols are coming this way. They're getting closer. They're getting closer.
Bye.
No.
Bye. And Bye. Okay, so, Trellador,
Yeah.
tell me what you want to do. What are you doing?
So I'm going to drop back, just not stealthily, but I'm moving away from the group.
Well,
I'm
they're
going.
all chat.
Yeah. I'm just going to. I don't really know how to do this, so I'm just going to sort of put my arms out,
Okay.
and I'm just going to try and contact Reorx.
Okay.
And I'm trying to make a deal. I wonder whether this is my test, and whether there's a deal that can be struck that I could help Florian.
Okay, so what are you saying? Use your words. What exact words are you going to give to Reorx or to ask of Reorx?
Reorx, it's me. Come on, I know you're there. You're always there.
Hi, Trellador. How's it going?
Hi.
Hey, where have you been? You've been off grid.
Yeah,
What's that about?
I don't know. I don't really understand it, but we're back now.
Oh, all right.
I need a favor.
Oh, haha, favour, eh? Good,
Yeah,
good. Go on.
I have a acquaintance that we're traveling with.
An acquaintance?
Yes, Florian.
Oh, this will be the same Florian that you carried in your arms, asking for my protection. That
yes, but I've done that to lots of different people.
Not with my assistance.
No. Anyway, the nature of our relationship is not important, but I think he needs some help.
Ah.
But you probably notice he's got quite a nasty wound on his chest, and it keeps bleeding.
Right.
Is that something, I'm sure, within your considerable power?
Well, it's a possibility I could do something. But first, I think you need to admit to yourself the actual nature of this relationship. Because it seems to me that you do not, cry out to your newly discovered god to save an acquaintance and carry them in your arms up through the pits of hell. Also, asking for another favour for this acquaintance. It's not something that I think you really, really want. If you were to tell me how you feel about this acquaintance, then maybe this could be done.
I'm not really a feeling kind of person, but he's not like anyone I've ever met before. Put it that way.
How so?
I'm gonna look back at the group and make sure no one's looking, or especially for Celeste, because she's a nosy bitch.
The only person that's looking at you right now is Yorick. And you realise Yorick can hear every word of this.
Fine. Yeah, he's special to me.
Special? Would you special in, good friends, go out for a beer, day at the forge, or special shirts off, manly men? Or are we talking special as in you actually really love him?
I mean, that's...
Trellador, just before you answer that, think about this very carefully. This is not a small boon you ask for. This is important. This is, but for all intents and purposes, me interfering with the mortal realm. Now, I will interfere if you are to be a follower of mine, my champion, as it were, and have, frankly, the balls to admit when you care for someone so deeply that this is what you want to do. You wish to risk a god interfering in your life and somebody else's life on the mortal plane. Think about this. Take a moment. Yorick, I know you can hear me. Shut up.
You can hear this?
Yes, don't worry about him. Worry
Sorry.
about what you really, really want.
This is difficult.
Alright, I didn't say it would be easy.
But as I said, he's. He's. Yeah, I love him.
Aye, so that wasn't that difficult now, was it?
It was very difficult.
I think you'll find it gets easier.
And what happens now?
What happens now? Well, what you need to do is get that axe from Yorick. Become the champion you should be. Get Florian to his sister. Make sure that when they are together, their blood does not mingle, their blood must not be spilt. So, to help Florian, I will grant you this boon. You tell him that you love him. You tell him. When you tell him, the wound will be transferred to you, breaking the bond between him and his sister. That way you save the sister, but you must save the sister. Do you understand me? Is it clear what you have to do?
I think this might be the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but
I think it will be.
I think I'm just. I think I just need to do it now.
Do it.
Get it over and done with.
Very well.
And I'm gonna charge back into the group.
Okay, let's bring everybody back in before you do that. Okay? Are you alright, Martin?
Yeah, I feel privileged that I was the only one who got to experience that.
Well, there's a reason for that, which we'll get into later.
Jump scared me.
But the fact that the two of them were grinning through most, that wasn't scaring you.
Oh, everything was scared.
Okay.
We're back.
So you're all
what
back.
you'll see is I will come charging into the group.
Yeah, Florian Trelador just pushes people out of the way. Pushes everybody away from Florian.
Everyone leave us alone. Everyone, now.
What are you planning?
Go. Give him some
Leave
space.
us alone.
My insight check. Trelador,
So-
because I don't trust him.
Trelador, you can make an intimidation or persuasion check, your choice.
Can I obviously do that as well? Being the
Insight,
insight
yeah,
king.
of course.
I'll just move, if Yorick said give him space, I'll just move back to where Yorick is, sort of stand there.
Okay.
Snow will
Confused.
just start shooing them back.
Okay, what'd you get?
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Ah,
Yeah.
22.
Which one were you going for? Intimidation? or
Intimidation.
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 Trelador looks pissed. Now, most of you have been seen Trelador with this kind of face on before. Most of you realise that he means what he says. He wants you all to fuck off.
If you
Inside
hurt
checks,
him-
what did you get?
12.
12.
17.
12.
So-
You know he's upset and he wants you to leave. That's all you're getting.
If you hurt him,
17.
He's not going to hurt him. He knows
No.
what he's doing.
He's
Trust him.
fine. They're fine. Give him space. Come on, everyone, this way.
You see that Trelador wants desperately to talk to you, to do something. There's something different about him. Something's changed. His whole demeanour is more present, if you know what I mean. He's
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
he sits on the outside of the group. He doesn't interact. with everyone. He's kind of
More
grumpy,
wholesome for.
but he's now more in the moment.
Okay.
He appears more vibrant and lifelike, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Before Yorick leaves, I'm just gonna hold up my hand for the axe.
Right, yep.
Gives you the
I'll
axe.
whisper to Yorick in Dwarvish. Is he going to chop his head off? Oh,
Okay, so as the rest of you back off,
Smirk.
I'm still stood there, kind of
okay,
trembling because I am afraid of Trelador at the moment.
I'm
give
going to take Melissa by the hand. Come on, we need to give him space.
You hurt
need to
him,
go.
Trelador.
You don't want to see this. You
And
need to go.
You hurt him.
You
I'll-
need to go now.
And I'll give Melissa a look if she's obviously looking at me, stood there shaking, as in a I've seen something different about him. Look,
This is not a time for talking. Can you all just fuck off?
they've all gone apart from Melissa,
Oh.
and Yorick is trying to pull her away.
I'll just relent and let Yorick pull me away.
Okay,
But I'll keep watching in that direction.
so the rest of you pull back 30, 40 feet, just out of earshot.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go up to Flo. Are you on the
So,
ground?
Do you want me to mute everybody for this one?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
They won't matter.
no, I would have probably like been stood up with Celeste and myself, looking over the wounds and stuff like that.
Sit down.
I sit down.
This is going to be hard for me. All right. This is probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do. All right. This is going to hurt me a lot more than it's going to hurt you, and I'm sorry for this. You are a weedy, weak, weedy little pathetic man.
You said weedy twice there.
But I love you.
ooh.
Now, don't say anything. Just shut up, because you'll ruin it. You'll say something wrong. That's it, okay? And Reorx is going to help you. We have come up with a plan.
Okay. As you finish that sentence, you feel a burning sensation on your chest. It is incredibly painful. And you take 14 points of damage as the symbol that is on Florian's chest is etched, burning into your chest. Florian, your wound stops pulsing.
So I didn't take the 14. It was
No,
Trelador who.
Trelador took 14. Florian, your wound stops pulsing. Blood starts to scab like a normal wound. Trelador, you feel dizzy. You feel weak. You hear in your head, "Good lad." You see Trelador steps back.
I say nothing, as he told me to say nothing, because I'd ruin it.
Well, you could say thank you.
I stand up. I put shirt and
Sorry?
coat back on.
Yes, ma'am.
And I go up to him. I grasp like both my hands around like his hand, which hasn't got the axe in it. And just go, thank you. And thank you, Trelador.
I'm just going
I don't know if that's stupid or not, but thank you. And
How do you feel?
I mean,
Physically, not the emotional bollocks. The wound.
it's gone. A little bit tingly. It's as if it's just was a normal wound and it's all healing over. How are you?
Don't worry about me. When Florian doesn't look at me, I'm just gonna touch my chest.
You touch the inside side of your chest, inside your shirt. Bring your hand out. It's covered in blood.
And just before I let go of him, I saw that he like went back and kind of reeled in a bit of dizziness and a bit of that. I'll just kick a key point and hand of healing on him.
Okay.
For
Dan, can you have some inspiration, please?
yeah, definitely. Chaz wasn't going to. I was going to do it. Oh, almost maximum, but 8 points of damage
So
back.
you get 8 points
Oh.
of healing.
8 points of healing back. Sorry.
One hit, one Florian.
Yep. So the rest of you see this exchange. Celeste. I mean, most of you probably heard what
I'm
Trelador said because he wasn't exactly being quiet and subtle about it. So,
Can I tell that Trelador has taken the wound on for himself?
If you're looking, I would say I haven't done up my shirt or anything. It's just on, and I've got an open chest.
yeah, but your wound is still there.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
hasn't
yeah. But it's
magically
not.
gone away.
No.
It's not pulsing anymore.
I would cover it up, just sort of try and get the blood off my hands.
Yeah. You know something happened to Trelador. You don't know exactly what, but you know something happened.
Well, that was a bit of a letdown. Nothing happened.
Snow's just beaming like
If-
everywhere.
I'm not going to make eye contact with anyone. I'm just going to beeline to the front of the group and just say we should get going. Someone help Florian up.
It's still a wound, even if it's no longer a magical one. We still need to.
Well, you
Keep
don't
it
know that.
clean
You don't know it's not a magical wound anymore.
Okay.
Well,
will
walk
go
over
to
The only
my-
person that would know that it doesn't feel like it did before would be Florian. And he hasn't said anything to anyone yet.
once Trelador starts making his way back, I'd rush over to Florian and make sure he's okay.
Snow would nudge Yorick, just arch an eyebrow and go, and nod in that direction and go, yeah. It's about time.
So all that was just about him saying he loved him then? Very angrily.
Florian, are you okay?
You're right, darling.
I think so. Chest is still painful.
It's still painful. It's still bleeding in places, but
It just
Get some more bandages and wrap that up. I was still a little.
Can I tell that there's something different about the wound? Or does it just look the same?
it just looks the same. Looks almost identical as to when you last saw it, like 2 minutes ago.
Did something happen?
I'm not entirely sure, but I've kind of got two theories, but I'm going to keep them to myself until myself and Trelador can
Very well. Let's get
have a
you.
chat.
Let's get you rebandaged.
Here.
I could fill people in if you want, Florian.
I'd rather
Do you want to?
maybe a bit later. Maybe we can just hang back from the group a little bit or something.
I know nothing then. Over to you.
Thank you.
I will clean and then rewrap his wound as best I can.
No, assist.
If I'm charging to the front of the group, am I leaking or am I?
Yes, you look. Are you going to look sort of surreptitiously?
Yeah, if I'm at the front, I'm just sort
Okay,
of.
make a quick stealth check. I mean, the high passive perception people are concentrating elsewhere at the moment, so
13.
13. I mean, it's not. I mean, who's got a passive over 13? Sorry, I haven't got them right to hand at the minute. Oh, go yeah, but you're
Everyone.
Celeste,
Everyone but Gus.
Celeste and Melissa are concentrating with Florian.
Yep.
So the other ones were
Two tabaxi.
and Snow. Okay, and Yorick. Okay, so you all see him sort of look down. But he's got his axe in his hand. It could be, and he's got his back to you. So, but he's definitely looking at something. Trelador, as you look down, you can see that exact same pattern formed fully on your chest. And it hurts. It throbs. It feels like somebody is pulling on all the muscles where the tears are. Right at the edges of the skin, it feels like it's pulling it in and pulling it
I'm
apart.
gonna grit through the pain, and I'm just gonna really hold on to the axe, and I'm actually going to equip the axe.
New axe, by the way. Is that the new axe?
This is the new axe. Okay, so the stats for that, I'm presuming you have, Martin, yes?
Well, yeah, it is a +3 great axe. We'll probably set it up as a actual piece of equipment, but
yeah, I've just got a great axe +3, but I haven't got any special stuff.
Yeah, the extra that you can do is twice a day you can cast. What spell was I putting on it?
Searing Smite, wasn't it?
Searing Smite, yes, at 2nd level.
Wow.
Okay, so
That's boss.
I will make that as a homebrew.
Okay. Yeah.
Martin, if you want to send me the details of that in a message and any particular name that you want to give it.
I did think that it deserves a name, but it is not me that should name it.
Okay, Trelador. At some point, you will tell me the name of your axe. You don't have to tell everybody else, just me. Drop me in a message. All right?
Okay. But you'll just see me sort of charge off, not really paying attention to what happens behind me, and I'm gripping the axe. I'm almost running, just to get away from the group.
Yeah.
Should be called the Love Chopper.
Oh my god.
Trelador is definitely not running away from his feelings at all.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Nope.
So, as all of this is occurring, you get Florian's wounds re-wrapped and carry on. The Trelador is a good sort of 60 feet in front of you guys, sort of power walking down the riverbank. And Snow, you can see in the distance a familiar shape on the river coming towards you, which is different. So it is the route of fame,
running.
just coming up. It's about a couple of 100 feet away yet, but you recognise the shape instantly, and that's where we'll have a little break.
Ooh.
Okay, so yes, we will grab a break, grab a quick drink, and we will be back with more tales of love and wonderment very shortly. welcome back to Damage Does D&D. We hope you had a lovely break. We certainly did. So, as you, Trellador, as you are stomping away at the front of the group, you also see out the corner of your eye a ship coming towards you. Snow, you're a fair way back further. You can see it. You recognise it's a shape. It is.
Yeah,
the
Trellador would just see Snow. He'd just bolt past him towards it.
If I see him, I'll look back just to make sure he's not being chased by him.
Yeah, you look round and you can see the rest of the group all sort of coming along.
I'll
Doesn't
make
appear
sure
to be in
just
danger.
have a look down, just sort of try and cover up. I don't wear a lot of armor anyway, but just sort of cover up as best I can.
So you cover up as best it
I
starts.
hold the axe like in front of me.
Yeah, okay. But he's starting to seep through your shirt.
Yeah.
But I assume you're wearing dark shirt, are you?
Don't know.
Yeah, dark blue looks like.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just.
I mean, I'm just going to try and pass it off as like this is Florian's blood that I got on him. From
wherever it was.
Helping.
Yeah. Cool. So, the rest of you are walking up. You see Snow dash off into the distance, and looking over, you can see the Rune of Fame getting closer and closer. Oh my god. Kim is a little excited. Okay. So, Snow, as you sort of wade out in past the reed beds into the deeper waters, the Rune of Fame swings round to be side on to you and sort of stops, waiting. You see a figure on board. Looks tabaxi, male. Nobody you recognise. And the figure has... It's very strange. They have... Looking more closely, you can see they've got loads of pouches all over them.
Okay.
Make a quick perception check for me.
Can I see? I want to specifically. What I want to look for is the amulet, the second amulet I made, and whether it's on this person. Okay.
So, did you leave it in the?
I hung it on
right,
on the tiller.
Okay, make the perception check.
25.
25.
Perception.
So this figure has indeed got the amulet round their neck. They also have what appear to be not pouches as you first thought, but water skins. Smaller water skins, vials, bottles with stoppers. And as they move, you can hear sort of sloshing noise.
Yeah.
As if all of these things are full of water. It looks over at you. Says, Snow, you are the one. I wouldn't know you anywhere. The mighty Palodas, he has told me all about you. I am to rescue you. Here we are. Please, your ship await.
And what is your name, brother?
My name is Clouds.
It is good to meet
My full name, sorry, I get excited. My name is One Eye on the Clouds. Known as Clouds for short.
And which clan do you hail from, Clouds?
The Treading Waters, of course. I was a navigator.
Which
from
family?
The day I was born. I wanted to steer by the stars, but always one eye on the clouds, looking for bad weather. And we know why now. The great Lord Pelodas, he tells me that I am to be instrumental in your church. We together, you will be great. We will rise up and you will take over the world.
Yeah,
bringing Palodas for the masses.
We will educate our
But quick, come
kin.
aboard. Come aboard your vessel. We need to ever have you aboard the vessel.
I see you found the other amulet I left in there.
He showed me the way. I was aboard my ship, my family ship. I had a dream. The amulet on the front of a ship. And the water, and I could not concentrate. I had to have it. It must be mine. I would trade it for nothing. Nobody, and he grabs it, nobody will take this from me. The great Lord Pelodas, he has decreed. I am the rescuer of snow on the riverbank. He has shown me
that's
I
right,
am
my
to wear this forever.
And Snow pulls sort of the first one that he made out. It's a little bit rougher than that one, but it's still almost identical.
And as you do so, he pulls his out, sort of shows it, he puts it back, and takes one of the casks of water, undoes the stopper, and just pours it all over his head, puts the stopper back in.
Religious fanatics.
So,
Yeah.
please come aboard. You will be rescued from the clutches of the nothing that Peladas saw. You were in grave danger of the nothing.
Yes, and if we can wait a moment, my friends will be along shortly.
Friends, whatever you say.
I'll probably get there first. Won't acknowledge them. Just walk onto the boat. Just
Sort of watch as you get on the boat. Are you still in the water, Snow?
Snow sort of walked across onto and sort of vaulted in.
Okay. So once you're on board, he seems a lot more relaxed, less intense. And as Trellador comes on board, he sort of watches Trellador walk across.
Don't mind him. It's been a bit of a day.
Whatever you say, Lord Snow.
Just Snow is fine.
Just Snow.
We'll work on it.
So as the rest of you walk up, you can see the Renefanes has drifted to the bank, allowing easy access for anyone who wishes to board.
Yeah, and as the rest of them come up, Snow is basically sort of very, very happy to be back on the water and back on this boat.
Okay.
Very happy.
Yeah, the rest of you see another tabaxi, sort of slightly taller than Snow, skinnier. His fur is wet. Most of it is damp or wet. His fur on his head is sort of plastered all over his face, as he every now and again will empty some water on top of himself. And wherever he goes, there's a sort of sloshing noise as the various containers that he wears about his person they're not full enough to be silent. They're sort of half full, so they're all sort of sloshing about him, and they rattle against him.
Who's your
Weird.
friend?
Is he the water?
Snow?
This is Clouds. Pelodas has sent him to help us.
I have been... Lord Peladas tells me I am the rescuer of Lord Snow on the riverbank. Oh, sorry, just Snow.
That is interesting.
Pleasure to meet you, Clouds. My name's Celeste.
As you address him, he sort of vague looks at you briefly, and then sort of his gaze just wanders back to Snow. He's not really paying attention to what you're saying. It's just his eyes sort of look at you and then slide off back to Snow.
Well, if everybody is on board, Clouds, we are on our way to Silot.
Silot. Of course. Yes, we must go to Silot. Snow has spoken. We will go. He sort of strides up to the front in the bow and sort of reaches around the prow with a paw, closes his eyes with his other hand. His other paw sort of shakes water above his head, and the Runette Fane starts to drift back into the main current and follow downstream.
Snow will go and sit at the rudder and sort of place his hand on the symbol that's on the bar itself.
Yeah.
The other hand on the sign, and reach down through the keel of the boat into the water and help push and work and try and sort of weave in with
Okay.
clouds.
Give me a religion check. You can have advantage because Clouds is on the boat.
That's actually not bad at all. 21.
21. Yeah. So you can feel and you reach down into the water and just change the current so that it's not really pushing the current about. It's you just realise that what you can do is just change the direction of the current.
Yeah.
And it hits the back of the boat, and the boat starts to take off a lot faster than normal. The rest of you feel this sort of surge as the boat heads forward. Florian, you recognise it as a similar sort of surge to the current that pulled you under.
Yep.
So you kind of work out what's going on.
Yeah. Snow's eyes sort of open, but there's this very sort of intense look. And you can see him sort of focusing on the river itself.
Okay. So, the rest of you see these two tabaxi, one at each end of the boat, eyes open but not really seeing you, more the river. It's a very strange feeling. This boat, which should be crewed by 4 or 5 people, is being manipulated by these two tabaxi. It's going slightly faster than the river water itself. It's very strange indeed. So, whilst this is happening, is there anything anybody would like to do or achieve?
Sit down next to Florian. You alright, Darren?
Yeah, I think I'm alright. Still painful, still hurting, so. But I think he helped me.
Yes.
Glad he did as well. Glad he did.
He's so worried that he was going to hurt you with all that talk of them killing you.
But luckily I wasn't. It was almost as if the wouldn't necessarily say talks, but the influences we've all had on ourselves and each other is
Yeah.
I'm glad he did. But whilst we're having this chat, I'm not looking at Melissa. I'm just chatting with her, listening to her, and just not inconspicuously, but I just want to have a look up to where Trellador is, and if he's facing me, I'm not going to make eye contact. I just want to have a look at his chest area.
Okay, Trellador, are you facing Florian?
I probably would have gone to like a bit of the boat on my own,
Right.
just away from everyone else. But I suppose I am probably facing.
Okay, just so I can work out a DC. Make a perception check.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Perception 19.
19, lovely. And Melissa, make a insight check.
All I'll be doing is just staring intently at the axe, not making eye contact with anyone else.
20.
20. So you're having this chat with Florian, but he's not really taking in what you've said. Although he's answering, and he's answering in the vein of the conversation, he's more interested in looking at Florian.
Trellador.
Sorry, Trellador.
It started already.
It has. Floriador. Okay, good. So, as you look at Trellador, Florian, you see the telltale signs of his shirt being darker than it should be and sticking to him. As the breeze from the boat goes by, it ruffles part of his shirt lower down in the belly, but not the part on his chest. It is starting to stick and dry.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be quite painful when he takes that off a bit later. But yeah, you can definitely see it.
Okay. After seeing it, I just kind of talk to myself in my head, not out loud, for a few seconds, and then go back to earnestly listening and having a conversation with Melissa.
How do you feel about what he said? I mean, he wasn't exactly quiet about it.
Took me by surprise, that's for sure. I know conversations have been had, but bigger things have been afoot for the group so far, so... But I'm not liking it. Take a bit of getting used to. He's not exactly the most emotional person we've ever known.
Well, not ever means.
And there's different kinds of love, isn't there? We all know that.
Oh,
You get love, platonic
absolutely.
love, friendship love, everything. So
But he does seem
I'll
invested in keeping you safe.
leave it to him to talk about it again if he wants to, and I'll just talk to him about the things I need to talk to him about.
Absolutely. You just let me know if my meddling's getting a bit too... well, you know how I am.
Definitely. And I'd probably say don't meddle for at least the next week, because I think that took quite a lot for him.
Already envisioning tuxedos for you too.
Although he didn't kill me, I'm pretty sure that if you meddle too much,
I wouldn't put it past him killing me.
Exactly.
I understand. But, yeah.
But thank you.
I'm going to look over at Trellador just to see what kind of look he's got on him.
Intently looking at this axe as if it is the most beautiful thing he's ever seen.
I've sent you a message as well, Jess.
Okay.
Can
So
I?
Because last
you
time
might
it
have
went really well.
You might have to compete with the axe just to make it up.
Can I get up from where I am?
Yeah.
Move over to Trellador and just sit down next to him. Don't say anything to him. Don't look at him. Just sit next to him.
Can I help you?
Hello?
You got something to say? You normally do.
Only if you want me to.
There's not much to say, is there?
Let's not say anything.
Nothing's secret anymore. I mean, I said what I needed to say. I mean, he didn't say it back and he's not speaking to me now, so... I feel a bit foolish, but, you know, this is what happens when you bare your soul. Why am I even talking to you? Well, I don't want to talk to anyone at the moment. Why don't you just...
I just came and sat.
Just, yeah. Have you got any of those bandages? Just in case Florian needs them later.
I've so got to insight the fuck out of that.
I mean, sure.
It's obvious that he's lying.
Roll terribly. 11.
I'm leaking everywhere.
You can make a deception roll if you want to.
Okay, that's pretty good. Me? 18 minus 1, 17.
Yep. No, he's completely telling the truth. He needs the bandages for Florian.
I have a few more, but at some point I will need to restock.
Yeah, well, that sounds like your problem.
Of course.
Thank you. I will give them to him.
As you wish.
You can go now if you want. Don't let me keep you. I just need to, clean up a little bit. I'm a bit dirty.
Can I just state at this point that I've taken a post on the ship where I can keep an eye on both of them?
Both.
Because I don't know what's going on. But I want to keep an eye on both of them.
Okay. Make a perception check.
I will shuffle away a little bit from Trellador, but still sit close to him, but still not look at him, just sort of look out at the water.
Okay.
Just so I'm there, but I'm not getting in his face, being annoying.
Okay.
21.
21. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Florian is having a conversation with Melissa, but keeps looking across at Trellador. Concerned. Trellador keeps, absent-mindedly or not, keeps sort of touching his chest, and you see that his hand comes away red each time. And you then see him ask or take some bandages from Celeste.
Okay. What's the layout of the ship? Because I've been assuming
Right, the Runefane
is it like normal ship with high bits?
It's similar to the Treading Waters. The Treading Waters are kind of like long, low barges with a cabin area and mainly a cargo area and one mast with a big sail on. This is similar, but there's no cargo area. There is a long, low cabin in the middle that you can walk all the way around. It's only about, I'd say about 2-3 feet higher than the deck. So it's easy to see across. If someone's sitting down, you can see the top of their head. You can see across it. So yeah, the sail is not up at the moment. The mast is bare. The sail is reefed because the two Treading Waters taxi are powering it along by thought alone, it seems. But yeah, that's it's about. It's not very big. It's about 60 feet long.
Okay.
So this is what they're essentially like river barges. They're made to go up and down the rivers, trading. Think like narrowboats, but slightly wider with a big sail on.
Okay. So having noticed the blood, I'm going to climb down off the roof I would have been on.
Yep.
And just walk up to Trellador without saying a word. And first of all, I'm going to take his hand and pull it away from his chest so the blood is obvious between the two of us.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hook a claw into the neck of his shirt and pull it out so I can look down at his chest.
Are you letting her do this?
If she does it quickly, I probably won't have time to react.
I would say Mia is pretty quick as a dexterous cat. Yeah, you look in the shirt, you see the exact same wound that you saw on Florian.
Your concern yet?
Get your paws off my fella.
Are you actually saying that out loud?
No, as me, I am, not as Florian.
Okay, because that would have changed the whole tone of what was about to happen next.
It's not your concern yet.
What did you do?
It's not your concern.
It is my concern. I have been told by my elders to ensure that this magic, whatever this curse is between Florian and his sister, is used properly. What have you done to it?
I haven't done
Have you
anything.
increased the targets? Or have you changed curse from Florian to yourself?
I don't really know what I've done. Maybe it was a mistake, but I did what I felt I needed to do in the moment. I mean, if you want specifics, speak to Yorick, but I did what I had to do, and it's really nothing to do with you.
It is everything to do with me. It is everything to do with all of us. Have you missed the part where we are supposed to protect this world?
You can protect the
Or we can
world,
do that
and I will.
when we
You
don't have
protect the
the
world,
target
and
list.
I will protect. And I'll stop the sentence there.
Celeste's sitting there trying desperately to pretend that she's not hearing every single word that's being said.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, totally get that.
I am absolutely being nosy and kind of looking over at this heated discussion
Well, I
now.
would imagine that Florian has clocked what's going on over there and is absolutely just staring at them. Yeah.
No, I was about to say, I would have clocked what was going on, but I think I would have just taken a back seat because I know that how he deals with shit or how he doesn't deal with shit is probably the better way to put it. So I just leave them to do whatever they need to do.
Righto.
What do you suggest I do then, yet? What's your grand plan?
I don't see how you're going to be able to protect them if the Prince of Hell's target is now moved to you.
That's my problem. He is
No,
now
that
safe.
is a problem for all of us. What if he is not safe? What if she only has to grab one of you? That she has two targets now that she can chase.
Well, I'll leave. Nothing's tying me here. None of you seem to like me. There's no point me staying.
Did you miss the part where we talked about not being able to leave Florian in the forest?
Well, I thought we were joking about that.
No, I was quite serious. I mean, given who the forest protection comes from, we can't leave him there. And if there are two targets, we need to keep you together. So there's only one place they're attacking.
Well, I'm not really a logistics person, as you probably have noticed, okay? So why don't you go and get a little group together like you always do and talk about it and talk about it and talk about it. I've made my choice, whether you like it or not really my concern. It's done. I have solved the immediate problem. I'm nothing but a pragmatist. Florian is okay.
Well, all this is going.
Florian.
Sorry, go on.
And point back at Trelador and go, do not let him out of your fucking sight. And then go sulk back up on the roof of the ship.
So, did you hear that, Florian? That Miet was saying that to you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll send you a message, yes.
Okay.
How much of that conversation did I hear?
Oh, I think everybody heard that conversation. It wasn't exactly done quietly.
I was going to say, while that's going on, Gus is looking over the side of the boat looking for sea monsters and didn't notice any of it.
Okay, perception check.
I'd have been sat there in my head just going, do, 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 do.
17.
Sorry, what'd you get?
17.
17. Looking into the clear waters, you look down. You don't see any monsters. What you do see is, in the shapes of the bow wave, is almost like little tridents appear and disappear in the waves. It's very strange, very cool.
Yeah, I'm just enjoying watching that.
Yeah. Whilst this argument is going on, the boat starts to rock, and Snow suddenly says,
Stop this arguing now. We are heading into somewhere that may mean problems for us all. Enough!
and there's an echo of that exact same words from the front of the boat, where Clouds, about a second behind Snow, says exactly the same thing.
That's
insipid.
Is it them saying it, or does it seem like it could be coming from Peladas?
Inside check!
Like a hive mind.
Ooh, 9. No, 18. Sorry.
18. It's Snow's voice was definitely very much deeper than it would normally be, and you get the feeling that it wasn't. You don't think it was Peladas alone. You think it was sort of a combination of Snow, Peladas, Clouds.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, you can't be certain what it was that just happened.
Okay.
So, as the boat speeds on,
Can I just say in a low voice to Trelador, in Elvish, for what it's worth, I think it was very brave. But not look at him.
I won't say anything because I don't know what to say to that.
So, as the boat speeds on, and you can see there is a split where the river splits into a channel, some sort of island in the middle, splits two ways. Which way are you going, Mr. Snow?
So having a rough idea of the waterways from the maps and things like that. I believe it was the left fork that we needed to take to get to Silot. Because if we went right, we'd be heading further north to Drummond.
Not quite
No,
yet.
not quite. I'll show you the map.
Right.
So let me just.
South
that's
would
a
have
way
taken
off.
Yeah, south would have taken you to Farnham. The left fork would have taken you more
Yeah.
towards
Right fork.
however you look at it. Yeah.
Because we're travelling south.
Okay, down.
Okay, so you are coming up on this junction here.
So yes, he's going to sort of.
So if you go off, you would
Yeah.
it would be off to your right.
Yeah.
So,
Snow's
Clouds just sort of changes pours some water over his head, and then just gracefully puts his paw out to the right. And you can feel the boat start to shift.
Snow will just guide the back end round gracefully.
So as you change the current to push you down to that right hand channel, you can see the water is the river is wider. It's been getting really wide anyway before it split, but this is getting wider and slower. There's a slower current here. As it sort of meanders back almost towards the forest and then away again. It's really quite pleasant. Well, it's a pleasant day. The atmosphere on board is tricky, shall we say, for the least.
Little dense.
But
Are the crew doing anything, or are they just
there are no
mainly?
crew.
Okay.
There is no crew at all. The only person not of your party on this boat is Clouds, and he is hanging on to the front of the prow with one paw and occasionally dousing himself with water.
Sorry, I thought there was two. But there's only Clouds.
There's Clouds at the front, and Snow is on the rudder at the back. And he's sort of staring, not really seeing anybody, but looking at the river. So the pair of them are guiding this boat. There's no sails up. There's no oars. There's nothing to propel it apart from the current, which you appear to be going faster than. It's very odd.
Okay.
When you pay attention, apart from all the other stuff that's going on. So if anybody does look, as Gus is, you can see you're going faster than the current. And at the bow, on the bow wave, there are little tiny tridents appear in the foam of the wave and disappear again.
Yeah, as I'm deliberately not looking at Trellador, I probably would notice because I'd be looking out into the water.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, you would notice that as well. So,
I'm going to shuffle over to Yorick. How are things, Yorick?
All good, yeah? Told you there was nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I was just afraid with all the talk of killing Florian. I was worried. But it seems to be positive. I do have a couple of questions.
Okay.
What actually happened? Because I know better than most that a blood magic like that ain't gonna go away easily.
Well, as far as I could tell, Trellador wanted to help Florian. Reorx told him to stop being a silly little feck, or whatever he said, and tell him to, sort out his feelings and tell Florian how he felt. And if he did that, then Reorx would help him.
Right, okay.
That
that makes a fair bit more sense then. Does Reorx have, marriage traditions?
Well, I mean, dwarves have marriage traditions. So I suppose they're one and the same.
I suppose. I'm just sorry. I'm thinking way too far ahead.
I think so.
Anything to take my mind off of what's going on.
But I mean, you should go to a dwarven wedding.
I can imagine it's a thing to behold. I mean, we've had probably the most raucous weddings we've had would be halflings. They will party until all of them pass out. It's quite an interesting thing.
Yeah. Now, imagine that, right? Except once everybody's passed out, everybody still carries on drinking anyway.
Now, this is something I'm gonna have to see one day.
I miss
I
her.
do. I do have another question though.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you do lots of metalwork and crafting and stuff.
You've noticed.
But I am known for spotting out little details like that. But what look, I've been concerned ever since what you were able to find out about Fiona being behind the magic that I've come into. And I've been trying to think of ways to not have to rely on. I don't think I'm a good fit for a worshiper of reorgs before we go down that route. I appreciate the attempt, but I would not know where to start with metalwork. I know a little bit of jewel, like gem cutting and that, but no, not really my forte. But
You don't need to do metalwork to worship reorcs.
No.
He'll have you anyway.
though he will remain a consideration of mine. I don't particularly want to be shackled to Fiona. What I was going to ask is whether or not you can do work on non-metal weapons.
Yeah.
Because for a lot of what we do, I rely on my bow to, take things down. But a lot of the time I have to use this magic to make it better.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could do anything with it. I wouldn't want it completely changed. It was a gift from someone important, but
Okay. What sort of thing are you thinking? I mean, I do need a new project.
I mean,
Do you
what
want
you've
me
done,
Yeah, give it a little extra something.
yeah, just, I mean, can you
Yeah. I can
magic?
certainly do that. But the extra thing that I've given to Trelador's new axe, kind of comes from Reorcs, and that was kind of
not something,
deal.
not something quite like that.
Right. You
I
just
do
want
know that,
physically a bit better.
yeah, because a lot of enemies that we face, from what I've been taught, tend to shrug off normal weapons. You could hit them all day with a hammer; it's not going to work. So I don't know if you can just do like a normal magical imbuement on it.
Your bow's kind of just sharp. That's as
Yeah.
far as it goes.
Yeah,
Like,
it shoots arrows and it goes well, and I have to
you need
enchant it with my own blood to, make it go fire. And yeah, I don't know if you can do anything like that.
I'd have to see. I can certainly give it a go.
I'd appreciate it if you would. Maybe we'll do it when we're stopped and resting overnight or something. Or now, if you're capable.
Working on this sort of thing is rest to me. I don't mind, and as long as I'm sort of sat down with an hour to spare, I'm happy to keep working.
Fair enough. I don't know how well you'd be able to do it on the boat, but I'm sure your skills are I managed.
Oh, well. There was this once that I was working on something whilst walking, whilst giving Gus a piggyback, and I still managed to pull it off, so...
That
I
is
it dropped
impressive.
Gus a few times, but that didn't matter. So yeah, I'm happy to take on a new project.
I'd appreciate it. And as I say, I want to not have to rely on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not bad at art, are you? I gave you the fancy.
No, I'm all right. I mean, I kind of motion. I motion to my face. I mean, I do this most days. That's a form of art. I'm all right.
I can see, yeah. You ever thought about getting into tattooing? Because Gus and I got this right cool tattoo, and then we never managed to get any more. So it'd be
I kind of
yeah.
unbutton my jacket a little bit and kind of shift it off the left arm, and you see this brace of tattoos all down Melissa's upper arm and on her top left chest. You can see there's a large heart that's got a few cuts in it from where she does her hemocraft. You can see lots of other hearts, as well as a large playing card, which is depicting the Queen of Hearts. So, I do like a tattoo occasionally.
Did you do that with someone else?
No, that was one of the members of the temple. He was a mighty fine artist, but maybe I could. Probably have to learn first. I wouldn't want to do this to someone and mess it up.
Oh, you can start on Gus, it's fine.
Gus, you've heard your name mentioned a couple of times by Yorick.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just busy watching the trident swimming in the water.
Yeah, I would appreciate
having a skill that you can practice regularly. Is good. That's what I like.
Yeah,
So
I would do.
You're going to take Melissa's bow, are you?
Yes.
Just try and do something with that.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your plan?
So this is kind of, I suppose, crossing the line of what I was doing with the axe. But that was kind of with Trelador involved. But my thinking was, what's the spell? Because I imbued Searing Smite, which is just a spell that I automatically get. I've also got, is it Magic Weapon? Which can make a non-magic weapon magical for a limited period. But if I could imbue that in the same way I did with Searing Smite to actually make it a +1.
I mean, what you could do, you could always ask Reorx.
Yeah.
Because to imbue any kind of magical spell, all of your magic comes from Reorx.
Yes,
so
this is where the line might cause an issue.
So you might have to sort of run it by him first to try and work out. It's possible. You could probably do it. How annoyed he would be if you did it without asking him. You're not sure.
Not dream of doing it without asking.
And you're not sure at the moment what he would say. As to be, giving a magic weapon to someone that's not a follower. And is in fact imbued with magic from a Prince of Hell. You'd have to check with the boss, I think, for that one.
Yes.
You could always practice on my crossbow.
Well,
jealous much.
I think your services are in demand.
That would probably be fine. That would be fine. Reorx wouldn't have a problem with that. You're a dwarf.
Yeah, that would probably... Yeah, not a problem. This one might be a little bit trickier. You might have to do some fast talking.
I consider myself a challenge.
As a druid who has no metal on them whatsoever, I'm not getting anything.
Well, this bow isn't metal; it's
Right.
woodcraft.
I can work with all sorts of tools. I'm a blacksmith and a weaponsmith and an armor smith and
A smith and a
gauntlet smith and
A
a
crisp Smith, whatever.
a beer smith and a.
No, that's Gus.
Yeah.
So, as these conversations are going on, anybody else wants to do anything or have a chat with anyone or?
I'll just be looking around, and if I see that no one's really paying much attention to me, I'll try and dress my wounds. So I'll sort of try and face away from the group.
Is anyone paying attention to Trelador?
No.
Pretending not to be, but I probably am.
Okay.
Yeah, I know from I don't know what to call myself fucking Trellador then. From Florian's point of view, he kind of has a vague understanding of what he did, not knowing what he did as such. So he's just giving him his time.
Okay.
We're definitely double barreling our name.
Absolutely. So, give me a stealth roll, followed by a medicine check, please.
Okay, stealth is 12.
12, okay. Celeste, you definitely see this.
Oh, medicine's natural 20, 21.
Ah, excellent. So you definitely see this as Trelador puts his axe down, which is odd in itself, and sort of opens his shirt and starts to dress his wound. And as he does so, you can see this wound is an identical copy of the one that Florian has. As he bandages it up, puts his shirt back on,
And I'll just
picks his axe up.
Because he's done a good job with his bandages, I'm just going to pretend I didn't see anything.
Okay. Yeah, he's done an excellent job. He's obviously self-bandaged before. So, anybody?
And I will. Sorry, just one more thing.
No, go ahead.
I'll just mutter under my breath. Thank you, Reorg.
Okay. You hear in your head, I see. Wasn't so bad now, was it?
It was incredibly bad.
Well, I think you're wrong. I think you'll see. Give it a few days. Let the boy come round.
We don't need to talk about this anymore.
Oh, I think we probably do.
Love hurts, baby.
Don't you need to be... I mean, I don't want to presume, obviously, you're an all-powerful god. You can do what you like, but...
Now listen, champion. You feel again the surge of power.
I like that.
And your axe starts to just glow slightly.
I could get used to that.
Oh, quite. So, give the boy a couple of days to get used to what he's just heard. Okay?
I mean, it's fine either way. I mean...
Of course.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I wasn't expecting this to become a conversation. I was just...
Fine! Right, fuck you!
Yeah, fuck you too.
It's good, it's gone.
And Trelador doesn't show a lot of emotion, but you can see he's sort of breathing heavily. He's really not used to dealing with any of this shit.
Absolutely. So, is there anything else anybody else would like to do or achieve as we are powering on down the river, which is getting wider and wider?
I think Gus will eventually get bored with watching the trident swimming around and go and sit next to Yorick. Having totally forgotten all the stuff that happened on the bank and all the drama and just sort of, I don't know, chit chat dwarf stuff.
Okay.
I'd like to look out onto. I know that you said the river's getting wider,
Mhm.
but I'd like to have a look out to see if there is any signs of anything or anyone following us or has caught our trail.
Wow. Okay, so a perception check to check if you're being followed. That's a novelty tonight. Yeah, sure. Roll a perception check.
Everyone's been distracted.
I mean,
We've been
I'm,
followed by
I'm,
tridents. I
I'm
saw them
pilot.
all.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
I know.
piloting this bitch. It's not really my job to look out.
I
I'm
know.
literally.
No, I'm happy
You're the
with that.
freaking scout.
Yes, I'm also
16.
the engine.
16. So as you look out across the water to the banks of the river either side, you don't see anything following you necessarily. You do see some creatures because the boat is silently ploughing along. There's no noise apart from what you're making yourselves. So creatures aren't really bothered by you because you're A, far away, and B, you're not making that much noise apart from when Trelador gets all upset. But you know that's not happened for 5 minutes, so you're good. And yeah, it's pleasant. It's starting to grow dark. Dusk is falling. Looking back, you can't see anything on the river following you. Looking forwards, there doesn't appear to be anything nasty waiting for you. But the river does seem to widen even further, which is a bit odd. You wouldn't expect that. And it starts to slow. The current of the river seems to be slowing. There seem to be pools of, as you look across the water, sort of pool eddies as they sort of swirl as you pass by. They're unaffected by the current that you're on. They seem to have their own current, sort of swirling little pools. Not very quick, just swirls.
Well, unexpected from this stretch of river. I know I haven't been
Yeah.
this far, but from any stories,
From what you recall from maps, because you like maps, you always looked at maps. You don't recall this part of the river being this wide on any maps you've seen. It seems too wide. I mean, you've looked at lots of maps, and you have your own cartography set as well. So
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't used it for a while, but you still have it, and you're used to maps being not like accurate, but at least vaguely
Within reason,
proportional. And this seems out of proportion to maps that you've seen.
Okay. I'll probably just look back towards snow and be like, snow?
Okay. Make
He'd give the vaguest of acknowledgements. Because
Snow,
what he's doing
what
is
you
taking.
hear at the moment is a rushing of water in your ears. The joy in your heart that is you with the focus of that current on the back of the boat, pushing that boat forward. You can hear something just on the edge of your, just on the cusp of your hearing. What was it? Something about snow? You know it's not snowing, it's quite warm. And it doesn't really register that until a few... Flora, you sort of sit there and about a minute passes and Snow's eyes are completely unfocused. And then all of a sudden, poof, snaps back as Snow, you realise Flora has been saying your name. And you pull yourself away from the current of the river. And the boat just slows just that little bit.
What is the matter?
I just thought I'd have a look to see if there was anything untowards out there. As you know, I haven't got it out in a while, but I like maps, and I've studied a lot of maps of the area of this continent, and they're always pretty accurate within a reason. And this stretch of the river just seems a little bit too big, too wide for what it's being depicted by cartographers across the land.
Having been submerged in the flow of this river, and sort of feeling the water itself. Does anything feel off about it?
Make an insight check.
Oh, I love you for saying that. I do love an insight check.
Insight. It's 17.
17. Whilst you were in the flow of the river, that's all you could think about was the flow of the river, manipulating the currents, making the turns, and just enjoying yourself utterly. Now that you are out of the flow, and Florian's mentioned that he thinks the river shouldn't be this wide, you look around. And he's right, the river should not be this wide. The river here, you've heard the tales, you've seen maps of the waterways. This is too wide to be the river.
Does it look like the river level has risen and is that wide and sort of pushed outwards?
Make a perception check.
That's plus 7. 18.
18. No. The river looks natural. The banks look as though they've always been the banks that way. They're just further away than you would expect them to be. It doesn't look like the river's risen and flooded.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks normal and natural, but it's really wide.
Yeah, almost like the banks have been worn away. And it's...
No, not even that. No, I mean,
Okay.
naturally, yes, but over many thousands of years. But when you've seen maps of this area, this river has been like most of the trading rivers. Not that wide enough for 2 boats to get past each other comfortably. This is now wide enough for 8 boats to get past each other comfortably. This is turning into something other.
So what I want to do then with it is focus and descend back into the flow of the river and try and reach out to clouds while we're doing it, and in turn between the two of us to Peladas.
And so you're going to use clouds to amplify your thoughts to Peladas. Okay.
Yeah. So I want to use the combination of our focus on the water to amplify the call to him, to try and sort of ask the question as to what's going on. Why is this river wider than it should be?
All right. Give me a religion check. You can have it with advantage because clouds is amplifying your voice.
Assuming that most people would have heard me say this to Snow, I would just bring their attention just to keep an eye out whilst if I see him go back.
His eyes just unfocus again. It's very disconcerting because he was looking at you, talking to you, and then he's just like, and he's just looking straight through you.
Sorry, the Snow you're trying to connect to cannot be found right now. Please try again later.
Quite.
I'm glad of the advantage because the first one was a 3.
Ooh.
So the second one was an actual 20 for 22.
22. Okay. So you fall back into the flow of the river, and you will notice as the boat surges forward again, little power bump, and you reach out to Clouds, and you can feel his mind is broken, shattered. There are just bits floating all around, but you manage to latch on and amplify. What do you say to Peladas? What do you want to do?
So he's going to force the picture of the river as it is, and just show Peladas the river through his eyes, and then just ask the question, what could have caused this? The river is wider than it should be.
It takes a few minutes to get the concept of this across, because Clouds' mind is difficult to work with.
With the flow of the river and within the water itself, with his mind in pieces, can we manipulate the water to try and force the pieces closer together to allow it
Well,
to be a clearer connection?
Let's do reaching out to Paladas first, and then that's something different we would have to do. So, Paladas, you reach out, and Paladas comes back. Says, Snow, my prophet, my cleric, my... You have found little clouds. Isn't he just delightful? I like him a lot. Please, he is for you. I have given you a gift. He is to rescue you whenever you need rescuing. He will stay on the Rune Fane forever. That is his place now. But your question you asked about the river. The river is where I want to be. The river is here. Beware the pools. But everything is good just now.
What is in the pools?
In the pools is the dark place. We do not go to the dark place. Okay? You listening to me, Snow? I feel you are not listening correctly. You are not listening hard enough. Listen to me when I tell you. The clouds is mind. There's a fly on Martin's camera. That's really bizarre. The clouds of his mind protect you. They are to save you. Stay away from the pools. Do not go in the pools. There is the darkness. There is the danger for you if you go there. Danger for all of us. For me. Do not go into the pools. Do you understand?
No, I do understand.
Good. Now, you are enjoy the flow. Enjoy the current. Make the boat go fast. Enjoy. Make a big wave. I will help. The rest of you on the boat feel another push, another surge, as there is a wave that almost lifts the boat and starts to push it even faster. Snow, so the wave, ride the wave, have a surf. Surfing is such fun.
This sort of feral grin would just appear on Snow's face.
Yeah. Florian, you're watching as Snow just breaks out into one of those manic grins that you're used to. That when he's playing a particularly evil prank and the boat just starts to take off. Snow, the presence of Paladas falls back away from you. Back into the flow of the water.
Okay.
As you come back to, you can feel the boat is a lot higher than it should be. It is riding on a crest of a large wave that's going down river with you much faster than it should be. I'd like everybody to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Ooh.
As the boat
Including
starts
me,
to...
yeah?
Yes, everyone.
Okay.
I've made one for Clouds.
Cool.
Plus, there's an effect.
So we'll go around the room. So, Celeste.
Natural 20 for 24.
You're fine. You work out what's happening. You grab onto the rail. Absolutely fine. Florian.
23.
Nice. Same. Absolutely fine. Gus.
23.
Exactly the same. You've got your sea legs now. You're on it. Melissa.
20.
20. Yeah, absolutely fine. Miette.
21.
Again, absolutely fine. Snow,
24.
24. Yeah, you've hand on the rudder, not a problem. Trellador.
Does this class as something I can see?
Yeah, you
Okay.
the boat, whole
Okay.
boat is lifted up.
22 then.
Yep, you're absolutely fine. And Yorick,
Who thought I'd be the lowest with 15?
15. Yeah, you are unsteady on your feet, but you bump into Gus and hang on to his arm. And it's frightening but exhilarating at the same time, as this 60-foot boat is suddenly acting like a surfboard on this wave. And the wave doesn't seem to show any sign of stopping soon. And you sort of riding it and riding it and riding it, and then all of a sudden it just goes and spray comes over the sides of the boat as you land back onto the flat of the water, and the wave vanishes from sight. And as Snow is at the front of the boat, Clouds is just that 1 second behind, just that little echo.
Well, that's not disconcerting at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I'm assuming everything's alright, Snow?
Everything is fine. The river is as it should be.
Everything is fine. The river is as it should be.
Is there any chance you can stop that from happening, Snow?
I mean,
I mean,
I could.
I could.
But you're not going to, are you?
No.
No.
Well, at least
what
everything's
time-
okay.
What time is it?
It's almost completely dark, so you would estimate probably around 8ish. 8:30 maybe.
So, Snow will sort of submerge himself again and then sort of guide us in to a sort of a natural stopping point at a break in
Okay.
the reeds.
Sure, yeah, you can find a break in the reed. The rest of you feel watch as Snow again disassociates, and his eyes just are not focused on anything that you can see. It's very, very weird. And the boat turns, drifts, and then almost moors itself along the bank in a break in the reed beds, and stops by itself.
Off the boat.
Yeah, boom, off the boat. The rest of you?
Snow would pull back entirely from it,
Uh-huh.
and then go to the prow of the ship and sort of just put his hand on Cloud's shoulders.
Clouds. Ah, Snow. It's good to see you.
Hey, you should be the ferryman of Paradise.
Ah, you have a title. That is thank you. Just Snow.
Not just Snow, just call me Snow.
Snow. Very good. I
But you
I'm
are
the
Paradis's ferryman.
I like this. This is good for me. I like
Yes.
it a lot.
I am his herald and you are his ferryman.
The Herald and Ferryman.
And together we shall spread his name.
And I am the rescuer of the Herald.
You are.
The Ferryman. I will always rescue the Herald.
Yes. We will be camping for food and
You will not get off the boat, though.
I will remain here. I may have to go ashore for a moment, but
You,
don't worry.
I must admit, it is making me a little uncomfortable that you would get off the boat. But I understand the Herald has many jobs to do that the ferryman does not understand necessarily, so I bow to your wisdom. Helen
But-
snarl. Flies back.
Do you have any other characters?
Can't see you at all there, Martin. You've just
Martin
gone.
It's
is descending
impressive.
into darkness.
I have become Jeff Goldblum.
Awesome.
Yorick has embraced the shadow.
You are Brundlefly.
Pelados is doing.
Get off.
So, as you were all disembarking, yes?
I will wince as I get up, and then
Yes.
I
It
yeah, I
hurts.
would wait for most people to get off the boat.
Mhm.
And I would take that cautious step and kind of pull back, and I would assume around that time Trellador would be somewhere near me.
Uh-huh.
I was
Yeah.
sorry. Can I, as I get up, can I pretend to sort of almost lean too far forward and reach out to steady myself on Trellador, and as I do that, put a level 1 healing spell into him?
Sure.
It's probably extremely fake looking because Celeste isn't good at that kind of thing, but
Make a deception check as well. Go on.
17.
17. What's your passive insight? Let's have a look at that.
mine
Yeah.
not good. 11.
Celeste falls over on you.
And then I'll just put a level 1 healing spell
Like
into
the
him.
clumsy oaf you know Celeste to be.
Yes, normally people fall over when we were, going at pace across the river, not when we're stood still.
And you get 9 hit points back.
Cool.
Okay.
Would you like some help up?
No, sorry, I just needed to steady myself. Thank you.
Okay, off you go then.
So I'm assuming you're engineering this, Florian, so that you and Trellador can leave the boat together.
Yeah, I'll still have that like apprehensive look, as if to say like I'm still unsure of getting on land with everything what we've been doing
Okay.
and been through. And assuming that Trellador would be Trellador and go to just instinctively step off the boat, I'd just put my hand on his hand as if to stop, and I'd be like, I know you said no emotional shit and not to say anything, and that was then. But I really must thank you. I have questions to ask, but that can be for tomorrow. But thank you. And as I step off the boat, I go, I love you too. And you see me step off the boat, and anybody, I would say that as if to say like most people couldn't hear.
Okay.
In part from people with insanely high fucking perception.
Celeste.
Yeah.
I know everything.
Mine's
Yeah,
not
'cause
bad.
you're a nosy bitch.
But if people were watching us get off the boat, you would see Florian get onto land with a bit more.
Oh, hello. Yeah, Yorick,
Spring
you
in
heard
his
that
step.
too. In fact, anyone with
yeah.
17 or above heard that.
Heard what?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you talking about now?
Yeah, you'd see me get off the boat with a bit more gusto, without any fear of stepping on land. Put it that way.
Okay.
I hang back on the boat a bit flabbergasted, not really know what to say, and then I won't say anything. I'll just go off the boat.
Okay.
Probably clutching my chest a little bit.
Yeah, it hurts a lot. It's,
I'm trying to style it out. I'm trying not
no,
to show any.
absolutely. But yeah, this is not a wound's pain that you've had before.
Yeah,
Did it-
I'm trying to style it out, not be like Florian, like a little bitch. Like
Yeah.
what, you know.
It is flies back. It is deeper a pain than you've experienced before. It cuts very far deeply into you.
Did my heel take the edge off it at all?
No, not at all.
Did he feel anything from my heel?
Well,
Well, I mean, you restored the hit points that he'd lost when he initially took the blow. But
Would that have been something he would have noticed?
Well, I went from 76 to 80
so,
because Florian healed me as well. So
I mean, it felt a surge for warmth as a healing magic hit, but yeah, only a little. His passive perception is not high. So, as you all get off the boat, leaving clouds on the boat, snow as you step off, you can see as you step off, you can tell he doesn't like that. He's like a bit of a sort of twitch. He goes to almost grab you to stop you getting off, but he sort of recoils and
Snow would turn to him and just show him the pendant and just mouth to him, ever flowing, ever moving.
yes.
As long as we carry these, we carry the water with us.
Yes, my herald. Yes, ever flowing.
I really want to ask how insane he is, but I don't even fucking need to.
Yeah.
Sorry.
To be fair, like, Snow knows how insane he is because he's seen his mind.
As you step off the boat, off the Rune Fane, and all of you look for a campsite, that's where we'll end for today.
Cool.
Oh,
So, yes, thank you very
Yes.
much. There was some excellent role playing there tonight. Thank you very much. That was amazing. You're all brilliant. I love you all. You're fabulous, all of you. Absolutely all of you. You make my job so easy sometimes. It's just so great. So, yes, I'm sure somebody has a question.
yes.
Anyone want to go first?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Really looking forward to tomorrow, looking back on what that secret chat was all about, just to fill in
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
tonight, 100%.
Anybody that's watching that missed that bit or didn't see that, I mean, basically you guys, because you couldn't hear it, please go and watch that. Dan, just all the plaudits for that one.
Have
Really
so
got
many
it done.
questions for next session for Dan, or Cholador and Yorick, I should say.
Uh-huh.
Really annoyed with him at the same point because I had something what I was going to try and do before that happened as well. But yeah, I suppose my only question, apart from is Cloud's insane, which he obviously bloody is it's been quite an emotional journey this week, Chaz.
It
Do we get
has.
to level up?
Oh,
we've
right.
leveled up emotionally.
I feel for one reason.
Yeah, oh, very definitely level up, yes. Yes. To answer your question,
Yes.
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 Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
Yes, you've been on an emotional roller coaster. Yes, level up.
Ooh.
Does this mean I take the level of what we talked
Yeah,
about?
absolutely.
Okay.
I won't roll mine yet because I need to
That's fine.
talk about it.
Do I take a level in Paladin just to get the ceremony spell? So that I can marry these two together?
I'll go
The
Paladin. I
clerics
could do my
get
own.
it.
I could do my own.
Do we do
I'm
the
not-
professional dice roll for hit
Yeah,
points?
let's do
And see
dice
if,
roll for
you
hit
know,
points. Let's start with Miette as she raised it. Come on, Miette,
As,
what'd you
as
get?
if Florian can do any better. 2.
2. Oh, that's awful. So sorry. Yorick.
Sorry, I was just being blown away by something I actually get at level 8. Amazing. Wait. What do I roll? I'm a D8. How do I play? 4.
4. Yeah, not bad, not bad. We'll skip Trelador for now. Snow.
I will do mine. I'm going to take 11 Paladin.
Right,
Okay, go on.
still roll a
Go on
d8 anyway, so... Oh, okay, 7.
What'd you get, Dan?
7. Sorry.
7. Both 7s. Nice. Nice. Gus.
5.
Well, pretty good. Melissa.
1,
Re-roll that, please. We don't do 1s here.
9.
9. Celeste.
7.
7. Pretty good. Florian.
5.
5. Not
Yay.
bad, Florian. Not bad.
Not bad for you.
Okay.
There you
I I don't even know how to multi-class. I've never done it before.
It'll be fine. We can have a chat
Well,
about it
yeah.
tomorrow or whenever you've got
Yeah.
time. Yeah, not a problem. So, anybody else have any questions? We've had some from Florian. Let's go with Miette. Have you got any questions?
Amazingly, no.
Really?
I'm
Gosh.
just very overwhelmed at the moment. I kind of keep swinging between, God damn it, I will see this plan through, and, well, fucking, there's too many gods in this mix, can't do a fucking thing.
Yeah, there is.
So
there
I
is
think
that.
I think low-key Debbie was enjoying being on the back burner for a while.
Mm.
I prefer.
Yes, the arc changed quite swiftly there, didn't it?
It did. Yeah.
Indeed. Yorick? Any
Hmm.
questions or wisdom to add?
Hmm. Not sure. Don't know, really. Just
Gorg is slowly converting the entire party.
maybe that Melissa needs to start converting to get that bow,
I mean, maybe. That's a
And protect
conversation you've
yourself
yet to
from-
have. So
and then we'd have four Reogs followers.
Yeah. This is probably going to be the hardest sell for you, I'm afraid.
It's a Reorcs versus Paladas you can get most.
To be fair, sort of.
Look, if you had to choose between the drunk guy or the insane guy, you're gonna pick the drunk guy. So
Yeah.
There's a third option that we know absolutely nothing about.
Yeah. I mean, Dan would choose Paladas, but because.
speaking of Trenador, any questions? Probably a lot.
No, all I can say is I can now do lay on hands, so I can be the healer if you want that.
Awesome.
I can restore 5 hit points per long rest.
but you're only allowed to heal Florian.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a monogamous lay on hands.
Yeah.
No, I don't have any. No.
Okay, cool. Snow.
I'm very intrigued onto what these pools are, because if they're the darkness, are they the holes in Peladas's mind, or what are we talking about? So I'm very interested to find that out and what that is. But
Yeah, not something I can
know.
tell you just now. It's something you
no,
have
no,
to
no.
find out. But
I get that, because it kind of occurs to him that because it's the darkness, it may be something along that lines. But he understands that Clouds has been given a fate, shall we say? But he's going to give him as much prestige and as much elevation as he can, having been put in that position. And he will not sort of use him almost. He will be valued, and I think that's
cool.
the takeaway for him at the
Yeah.
moment.
Nice. Excellent. Gus?
Yeah, shall we kill Trellador now and get him raised again as well?
I mean, you can. It's an option.
Undeadador.
I did enjoy us just casually batting around. Yeah, let's just kill Florian. We could turn him dead. I could just revivify him. That might work.
Well, I've never done it before, but I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. And Melissa going, oh! Speaking of, Melissa, any questions?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
I have many questions, but none that I wish to discuss right now.
Okay. Celeste?
How long before Snow stops responding to Snow and starts responding to Peladas?
I mean,
Not long.
he responded. It just took a little while.
A
So,
bit concerning that he's already losing himself to Peladas.
I mean, it's probably fine, right?
Well,
Maybe it's
is he
really
losing
not
himself or is he becoming himself? Who knows?
He was just having fun in the water, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets a little distracted when they're having fun, right?
I suppose if you don't get distracted when you're becoming a god, you're doing it wrong.
Well, quite.
I mean, a little distracted seems a bit far for Clouds, though, Chaz. I mean, he's got very distracted by the sound of
The
that.
question was about snow.
Oh, this question about Clouds.
They are
Was
the
his mind
same.
shattered before Paladas got hold of him?
Sorry,
Well,
say again, Debbie.
If
Regarding Clouds, was his mind shattered before Paladas got hold of him?
I mean,
I'm going to chime in a little bit here.
probably not.
This is going to be something that Snow explores because he already wants to see if he can sort of force the pieces of his mind back together. But it's going to be interesting.
Absolutely. So, if we're done with the questions, I don't know if our in-the-room viewer has a question. Let me just double check. Terry, do you have a question? No, she's doing blah, 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 a minute, so yeah. I think she liked it. Who knows? So, yes. We don't have any people in the chat that want to have a question, but if you do, just drop a question in there. We will endeavour to answer it. If we may not. But once again, I must thank all of the players today. They have all been absolutely magnificent. I'm very proud of each and every one of them, especially Dan Trillador. Shout out, really good. Thank you all very much for playing. Thank you all very much for watching. We think you're marvellous. Thank you very much for coming along on this ride with us. We will be back, of course, next week on Tuesday for Helloran Rising. We will be here as well on Sunday for the as yet unnamed campaign. Get involved if you want to give us a name. We've not decided on a name for the group
Somebody
yet.
help these guys name the party.
Yeah, somebody has to, because this party is not going to do it by itself. So, thank you all very much for playing. You've all been wonderful for watching. We are going to disappear and enjoy the rest of our Tuesday evening. So, have a wonderful time. We will see you very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I mean,